Okay, time for the after show, and this time we're going to talk about movies. And on this episode of the Improbability Engine, we'll start with Christmas movies, and then we've got some other movies that we'd like to talk about. Once again, it's me, Will Aubrey, and my buddy Joe Darnell. And Joe, what are your favorite Christmas movies?
I stick to the classics. I like Miracle on 34th Street. Believe it or not, my kids have gotten me to like the Polar Express, which is one that when it first came out I did not like at all.
Okay.
It blurs the line. They were almost too lifelike and too real and not
I
cartoony
understand.
enough. It's just a little weird for me.
Yeah.
But the story behind the Polar Express is one of the best ones I've seen in recent years. Fantastic one if you ever want to watch that one. My absolute favorite, It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart.
Well, my favorite is similar to that movie. It's called Die Hard, and it's a movie about transformation. It's a broken family, and John McClane makes his way from New York to Los Angeles, and through the movie, the importance of family is emphasized, and he and his wife, at the end of the movie, it looks like they've managed to patch things up, and you definitely see a transformation on his part. Now, along the way, there's a good bit of gunfire and humor, but that's okay too. There's a lot of Christmas music in the movie as well.
Absolutely. My favorite song from that is Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. If you got iTunes, check that out and listen to it. That's pretty good.
My favorite line from that. Do you have a favorite line?
I do.
What's your favorite line?
Come out to the coast, have a few laughs. He's crawling through ductwork. It's hilarious. It's perfect. It's one of those things.
My favorite line is, "Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho." And that's actually, I think, Hans who says that. He's reading a note
right.
that had been left by John McClane.
Absolutely. Fantastic movie. Okay, so normally we talk politics in this part of the podcast.
Yes.
I want to bring one important thing to the forefront. I believe America has elected Mr. Potter.
Okay.
If you watch
From It's a Wonderful Life.
If you watch It's a Wonderful Life again, I want you to look at what Mr. Potter says. First off, he says that he's the only one who can save the whole town because, he's the business mind of the group. He needs to be the guy that has the money. And if they're not smart enough to figure it out, then it's on them. He talks poorly about immigrants, calls them a bunch of garlic eaters, tries to buy people off. Tries to buy them out. Doesn't matter what the cost is. Why should we do that? You deserve better than that. You should do better than that. And this is the guy we elected for president. I mean, is he not Donald Trump? Does he not seem like Donald Trump?
I see the parallel. My other favorite Christmas movies are Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
A classic if I've ever heard one.
I just love that movie.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure everybody's like, ooh, we got to dial that up on Netflix, see if we can find it.
And Mr. Magoo's A Christmas Carol. Now, you had a story that you were telling me earlier about how It's a Wonderful Life came to be. See, Mr. Magoo, he had given up being in movies. He was having trouble with his eyesight, and he was like, I think maybe I'm over the hill. But he decided to give it one more shot, and we get the classic Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol as a result of that. And, that's hard to beat.
Will,
Oh, by the way, if you've never heard it, you need to look up Bob Rivers, Mr. Magoo, and Bobby McGee.
Mr. Magoo and Bobby McGee?
Yes.
No, is this a vamp off of Me and Bobby McGee?
Yes.
Okay. So they're taking a classic and inserting Mr. Magoo.
Yes. Okay. Actually, the more I think about it, the title may be Me and Mr. Magoo. But anyway,
right.
Put like Bobby McGee, Mr. Magoo, Bob Rivers in the Google search engine, and you'll get it. It's hilarious.
Now, if we're going into Christmas music, my favorite Christmas song is by a group. It's a one-hit wonder called the Royal Guardsmen.
Okay.
The name of the song is Christmas Bells. It's a story of Snoopy versus the Red Baron and their fight above World War I, and how in the end the Red Baron doesn't shoot Snoopy down. He forces him down and says Merry Christmas.
My favorite Christmas song is Old Tex Kringle. And gosh, I want to sing it.
Please don't. Please don't. You'll get us kicked out of here.
I know. But when I worked in New Orleans, I would sing, and two of the girls that worked in the office were my backup singers, and they would do the thing with the hands, and it was hilarious. Go to YouTube and look up Old Tex Kringle. It's by Tex Ritter. It's great.
Folks, you are getting a really good insight into the inner workings of Will Aubrey's mind here. That's pretty good. What do you have big plans for Christmas? I know the holiday season's, it's kind of demanding on people. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's always tough. What do you have going on this year?
Well, on Saturday, we're going to my sister-in-law's house.
Gotcha.
And, obviously also my brother-in-law's house.
Right.
And
we don't make that assumption, but okay, that's fine.
We'll have dinner with them. But then next week, we're going to spend the week in Louisville.
Very
and
nice.
We'll get to see my son. We're taking my grandson up there with us, and we'll get to see my friend Becky a couple of times while we're there. And she's like a little sister to me. So, it figures to be a great week. And, by the way, while I'm up there, I'll be beaming back via the miracle of radio the Callaway County Laker basketball games in the Seneca Holiday Tournament. They're playing at Seneca High School. The first game is on Tuesday at 1 o'clock, and I'm going to have to check Eastern versus Central time on that, but Tuesday at 1 o'clock against Caverna.
Now, Caverna is a small school that generally does not have a huge amount of success in most sports. However, I don't know how good or how poor their women's basketball team is.
No, this isn't the Lady Lakers.
I'm sorry, this is the Lakers.
This is the boys.
I don't know how good their basketball team is at this point. I know their football team has had some rough games as of late. I'm not sure about their basketball team. So I say tune into that. That's gonna be something interesting to listen to. I might put you on the app and have you stream while I'm doing stuff.
Well, and as of right now, I think there's only one other radio station going up there. My buddy Ed Taylor will be up there covering Paducah Tillman.
Oh, you can't go wrong with that then. So you've got some options. That's the way to do it. You tune in and listen to it. I always think about this time of year. It's very stressful. It always seems to be. You know what I mean? It's always a stressful time, and I don't think it should be. I think it should be one of those more relaxing times. So I hope that all of our listeners can take a few minutes and just pause and, forget all the commercialism if you can. Take just a minute. Be thankful. Be grateful. There's a buddy of mine, Barry Pascal. He taught me the difference between gratitude and being thankful. Being thankful is pushing your chair away from the table and saying thank you to the cook. Gratitude is offering to help with the dishes. And so I hope the people have some gratitude and they go forward and they.
Well, I'm not helping with the dishes.
Well, you can help in another way. You can do something else. But it's a hope that people can go out and do something nice for somebody else. Don't expect anything in return. Just do something nice, mainly because it feels good. You know what I mean? I hate to be selfish about it, but it feels good to do nice things.
Talking about helping in another way reminds me of the Little Drummer Boy song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Exactly.
There used to be an internet comic called Dr. Fun, and I've been sharing a Dr. Fun comic a day from this day at some point in the past. And today's is Little Flamethrower Girl.
I'm sure not quite as welcome in a straw-filled barn as a drummer boy might have been.
Probably not. But Dr. Fun was kind of an internet version of
Far Side.
The Far Side.
Yeah,
and it's hilarious.
Well, as we come to the end of this version of the podcast, this episode of the podcast, I want to be thankful for you, Will. This has been a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I hope that all our listeners are having a good time with this. If you guys have any questions or want us to take on anything like that, contact us. I'm on Twitter at RacerJoeD. Will's all over the place. He's
I'm on Facebook.
He's on
Just
Facebook.
look for Will Aubrey, and not the one with the bald head. That would be my son.
Although, honestly, if you sent him something, I'm sure the message would make it to his father, so that's okay. But yeah, give us a shout out. Let us know how we're doing. Kind of give us an idea if you want something talked about, or if you think there's something we need to take on, or if you think that our movie and music choices are terrible, are complete crap, and want to tell us all about it. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. And that brings to a close this edition of the Improbability Engine.